Alan Johnson defines patriarchy as a society which is male-dominated, male-identified, and male-centered. An important and very real result of patriarchy is the devaluation and oppression of women. I always suspected that male violence towards women, particularly rape, was a direct result of American patriarchy. Male dominance of American society allows some men to control and demean women through rape and suffer few consequences for it. In taking this course, I learned so much more about how patriarchy in all its aspects influences sexual violence and rape, and how it then allows the public at large to subtly, or sometimes not so subtly, blame victims of sexual attack for what happened to them. Rape is so often seen to be sexually motivated that the elements of control, entitlement, and degradation are seen as secondary. But male rape of women is as much tied into these elements as they are about sex, if not much more about them. Patriarchy-induced male dominance is the direct cause of this sense of male entitlement and need for control of women. Male dominance tells men that they are entitled to women's bodies, that women's bodies are mainly for their use and pleasure. It tells them that they're supposed to rule and control society, and they have the right to exercise this control, even if it's taken to the extreme of controlling other people, including women. Because American society is male-dominated, women are seen as less than. Women are second-class citizens to men, inferior citizens who can be mistreated in the desire of men to control and exercise their dominance over society. But how often have you heard that victims of rape were somehow complicit or even to blame for being raped? How many of us, deep down, believe that women can somehow encourage men to rape them? How often do we blame the victim? Most of us have heard various ways of blaming women for actions taken against them by men. We've heard from men, from women, even from teachers. But don't blame them. This victim-blaming mindset is rooted in the fact that American society was and is still male-identified and male-centered. People view men as the default person and center of activity, so women, their actions and behaviors are viewed in relation to men. Their way of dressing is judged by what reaction it will cause in men. Their behavior is viewed by how closely it aligns with those of men and what men will think of it. When have you ever heard a man being lectured on his provocative dressing, even when half naked? Probably never, or only as a joke. Yet girls and women are told these things every second. That's male identification at work. Because men are the center of society and the norm, they and their actions are taken as just that. People expect and accept what is given to them by men. But as society progresses, changes continue to be made. Feminists and feminism have been the backbone of change and the shift to ending patriarchy and creating a more equal society. This starts with knowledge and activism. Feminists such as Jean Kilbourne have dedicated decades to informing the public about the role of culture in promoting sexual violence. Even men such as Professor Sut Jali have taken to informing the public of the role of cultural advertising in promoting sexual violence. In addition to individual actions, larger movements such as the ongoing slut walks of today continue to emphasize that various ways of blaming victims of rape will no longer be tolerated. With more awareness and activism, there is hope that we will all truly understand that no one is entitled to violate the bodies and liberties of another person, and that the victim is never to blame.